Hi! Thank you to everyone who's tuned in so far. Next up, we have our first featured creator of this session, Nell, with her spoken word poetry. I decided to feature Nell because I really enjoyed how creative and insightful her words were, and it's a great example of the kind of work we want to be showcasing here on the Young Takeover. Enjoy!
Hi, my name's Nell. I'm so thankful just to submit to Young Storyhouse Takeover. I think this is sick because I really miss watching people perform and learning and doing it myself. So I think this is just a fantastic thing to have done. I'm going to read some poetry. I've never performed my own poetry before, so I'm a bit nervous, but we'll see how it goes. I don't really have a style. I try to be quite versatile, but I'd say all the work that I'm sharing now, I have a focus on bodies and the exploration of them. That's been my focus. Okay, so the first one is called Organ Jungle. Crushed I shoot up, lost in the current of your rush, dissolving amongst the visions in your wild mind that warp under the stimulant waves now you're letting go. Inside I sift through veins lined in velour, glitter blood racing through animated organs, plastic jungles housing neon animals that bathe your pale cheeks in colour. Hotter in the rapid heartbeat of your drug lust, I grapple with your lenses, but your pupils full as the moon don't see me. My tears are your sweat, and everything is drenched in your wonderful chaos. So that was Organ Jungle. A bit weird, but I'm afraid that is my theme. That was inspired by the aesthetic of Glass Animals, which is my favourite band. If you haven't checked them out, honestly, they're genius. You really should. And my next poem I'm going to read is also inspired by someone else's art, by Instagram artist Lily Reid. And I got one of her t-shirts of one of her works. It's called Washing Day, and it's someone taking off their skin and washing it, basically. So I did a poem of the same name, inspired by that, called Washing Day. Why is taking your skin off like removing wet clothes? It sticks to your body, clinging as it curls down your bones in a heap on the floor. Then you have to flap it around to air out the stench of your insides and smoothen the crinkled creases that crept in whilst you just slept. Some bits and bobs need repairing, dry patches, stretch marks, scars, but you leave them until later because, let's face it, who has the time? Then I'll tell you what's a faff. It's finding the lining unravelled, thick blood staining your nails and palms as you wrestle with what's ruined. All manner of things escape, the loose hairs, the giblets, the gunk, the irritant insecurities underneath unitchable scabs. But once it flails in the wind and you whip it off the line, sweet smelling and sanitised, your crisp limbs limp in your arms, then there's really nothing like it. Sliding into clean, fresh skin, into the warmth of your being, and finally feeling at home again. So that was Washing Day. The next one I'm going to do is, it's quite uncomfortable. My mum hates it. When I read it to her for the first time, she was like, oh, that was good, but I didn't like it. So it's called Tongue. Your tongue is in my ear, salivating on my senses, feeding me what I want to hear, slipping down the auditory canal, submerging my mind in sour saliva, flicking through the fictions, my homemade contradictions, swallowing sanity, until the only remnants are those anxious crumbs. Yet you're starving, lip licking for another mouthful, as you suck at the empty packet for flavour. Yeah, that is not very nice. That was called Tongue, and that was sort of anxiety personified as a tongue in your ear, as you do. The next poem is one of my mum's favourites, actually. I usually write free verse, and so without a rhyme scheme, but I did for this one because I wanted to make it more upbeat, and it helped the flow for this one. So yeah, this is called Shark Teeth. You brush your teeth too hard, my sister said one time before we went to bed. Too hard? I yelped, toothpaste dribbled off my chin as she giggled at my toothbrush, sprawled and bent, flat from force with a huge indent. I grumbled, I don't need your lectures. She laughed, well in decades' time you'll have dentures. I gnawed my pillow late that night, her bag as usual, she was right. I counted each tooth with my tongue. I leaped the brace scar from when I was young. 2 rows of front teeth I had back then. I remember beneath my embarrassment. What if my teeth dropped to the floor, my gums recede, and I talk no more? That's it, I cried. Now's the time. I'm so mad I've begun to rhyme. These days they build foundations. The routines are our creations. Our life is habits. If I wish to consume, I must rethink the patterns we assume. So when all is said and done, down to the letter, in order to live, I must brush my teeth better. So that was Shark Teeth. That's actually autobiographical. I did used to have 2 sets of front teeth when I was a child, and when my sister pointed out that I was brushing my teeth badly, I was like, ooh, what else am I doing wrong? Because those sort of routines build our life, really. The next one is called Golden Metaphors, and I'd never used intertexts from other things before, but I did in this to sort of give it more of a richness, understand once I've read it. Your grace is overladen with fruit, the rind rigid in your gold teeth, suckling the flavourless pith that he feeds you. Lips on your neck, heavy in his jewellery, you are the prize, bathed in those chains that hung off her collarbone too. He recites ballads in smoke to your beauteous excellence, spoon-fed serenading stuck in your throat to drown out his sobbing down at your knees. Metaphor tears, he'll never love again until he climbs another's hair, flattering his next fancy's queen. So it was Golden Metaphors, and it's about Petrarchan poetry and idolising someone in a completely superficial way. But to renew your faith in me, I'm not just a cynic, I'm actually a hopeless romantic, and I'll prove it by reading this next poem, which was a love poem I sent to my best friend. It's called Waltzing in the White. Now I'm free to follow silhouettes, dancing in the sun's mouth. Blissfully blinded inside, all I see is waltzing in the white. You lifted my chin to the spacious skies, kick off your shoes in the clouds and dance with me endlessly in the illumination, the midday sun. So that was Waltzing in the White. Oh gosh, that was so much fun. Thank you. I really did enjoy it. I'm all smiley now. I can't wait to see what everyone else does, and thank you again to Storyhouse, and take care everybody. I hope you're okay mentally and physically. Bye, thank you.
Thank you so much to Nell for sharing her work with us this evening. Next up, we have Honor with a monologue, George with an original song, and then 2 more poets, Joseph and Alex.
Why do you never say it? You always look like you have something to say to me that you just can't say. Do you ever think about me? Because I think about you all the time. We were happy, you know. At one point, we were really, really happy. I burnt all her stuff. Everything she had of him. I burnt it all. And then I left. And got a kebab. I stole a cigarette off of a homeless man. I peed in a public urinal. And ignored every call. I forgot to put it out. And not that I meant to do all of this. But I just didn't care. I didn't care what happened to this house. To this family. To me. My life, I didn't care. And when I realised that feeling, I couldn't tell if that was the most alive I'd felt in a long time or the deadest I will ever be. I let her think she did it. I let that fester in her. I wanted it. I wanted it to eat her alive. I just want to hurt people. All the time. I want to hurt everyone. But you, I don't know how to hurt you. I wanted to, but I couldn't. I couldn't hurt you. Or maybe I just thought I wanted to hurt you. Maybe I just wanted you to love me. And I can't tell the difference between the two. And it doesn't scare me. It doesn't scare me that I can't tell the difference. It doesn't even scare me that it doesn't scare me. Do you love me? Do you love me?
Hi, I'm George LeBlanc James, and this is How Do You Feel? When I first saw you, all my friends all laughed at me, and they said no chance. But I thought maybe this time next year when I'll be leaving, but I'll find something to stay for. You were something I'd stay for. Oh, so I stopped talking, but can't control my mouth. I'm bad at flirting. Shut me up when you've had enough, and I won't hold on, 'cause you don't belong to me. Oh. And how do you feel with the choice you made? Happy now while I feel betrayed. Oh, you're nice and kind on my mind, but in my eyes you see fire. How do you feel with the choice you made? Oh, and I can't help it. That's just how it feels. Guess no one's perfect, but I thought you were, and I can't blame you, I can't blame you. But I'm in the hall of flames and they're calling my name. Oh, they say it's my turn to burn, and I can't hold on, 'cause you don't belong to me. Oh. And how would you feel with the choice you made? Happy now while I feel betrayed. Oh. friends all laughed at me and they said no chance. But I thought maybe.
I've got ink pouring from my veins. It's pumping from my heart to the page, and then it spills onto this very stage. And no matter what people say, I'm not losing my grip of sanity. I'm just struggling to come to terms with my reality. Looking through my mind's eye, white lies are my fatality. Nice guy feeling numb, but I would rather die than lose my humanity. Head in the sky defying gravity. Head in the sky defying happily. But I can never convey the millions of words in my head that I can't say, like I'm feeling lonely in my bed and I want change. Like my soul is stone dead and I've lost my way. But it's alright, cause Mum says it's okay. Go away, go play, go rattle the bars of your bird cage, and it's crazy. I misdirect my hate to you cause I'm lazy. Impersonating someone else just to make you like me. Impersonating myself because I'm lost within that fallacy. Then I become an impersonation of my own personality. My ill mind is dying on this sick mentality, but the bad thought's dying on this feast of insanity. And no matter what people say, I'm not going crazy. I'm just in love. You don't love me back for reasons I don't quite understand.
I like that. Was really good.
Yeah.
I actually smiled a bit out there.
Hello, my name is Alex and today I'm going to be performing 3 original poems for you. This first one I wrote around October time and it's called L. Listen to me, because I can't tell you the truth, so I let the moonlight of your absence bathe the curve of my hollow spine. As I'm arching, leaning, lurching for you, fixing my face as I mutter that it's fine and that in the end it dwindled without meaning. As I tell myself that my lungs fill for me, that my heart pounds for me, that the stars still mean something and that the moon is beautiful. That I can no longer taste your liquor-coated lips or feel your neck hair against the palm of my hand. That I don't care in the same way that you don't. Because you've told the world that you're happy as Larry. But I know that isn't her name. I see you smiling, laughing, face crinkled and twinkling like the moon. As I'm leaning, lurching, desperate to get through. I was never in love. Alright, this next one is called Sugar Rush and it's from last year for university. We were playing with form and texture in poetry, so when I wrote this one I really wanted to play with rhyme and repetition. So here we go. Sugar Rush. The perfect pear drop people, the gumdrop girls and the butterscotch boys who are so sickly sweet you'll get a cavity. The gumdrop girls will give you that rush, so much so that you start to shake, while the gumdrop girls are getting that rush from butterscotch boys who are so soft and sticky they would get caught in your braces. The butterscotch boys and the gumdrop girls spin their stained glass lollipop lies so spectacularly that you never appear to mind. These perfect pear drop people share rhubarb and custard kisses while you wait for them after class, untouched. Alright, this last one is relatively new. I don't think I've put it anywhere, but it's about coffee with friends, which I think is something that quite a lot of people are missing. I know I am, which is why I really wanted to perform this. So this is Grease.
clustered around a cluttered table, scarfing down pancakes and toast, sipping tea and coffee, passing napkins and knives. Surrounded by potted plants and twinkling lights and photo frames, they eat a 2 p.m. breakfast and talk through a wall of crumbs. Talk of films they'd love to see, of books they'd love to read, talk of celebrities they'd love to kiss, and about how the waffles need more cinnamon. They don't even have cinnamon on, but she thinks that everything needs more cinnamon, and that she needs to take pictures of all of them clustered together. She sips her tea, frames the photo just right, mimics her friends' smiling faces, and then takes a bite of toast. What do you mean you've never seen Grease? It's a classic. They plan to watch it together sometime and order another coffee. So they're my 3 poems, and I really hope you've enjoyed them. And thank you very much for listening and for your time, and thank you for letting me be a part of this amazing project. I hope you all stay well and safe and try and keep as happy as you can, and thank you very much.